Hello, friends and members of Common Witch Coven. My name is Daisy, and I am a yoga teacher. I like to assist people in their spiritual knowledge and growth as well. And I also teach crystal classes on how to grid and how to use crystals for manifestation. So today I wanted to, instead of bringing a yoga video to the coven, I wanted to talk about meditation. This is an important subject, and in this day and age, it's important for us to have a meditation practice, some sort of ritual, daily ritual that we take part in, because our lives are very much go, 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 and do, do, do. And it's important to just be and exist in this world without an agenda and trying to achieve something, before we can get really burnt out when we don't balance ourselves out with time of quiet reflection and listening and just being quiet in general, so that we can hear that side of ourselves, that part of ourselves that has that divine intuition, that has that ability to gain insight on things that are happening in our lives, or possibly if we want to have new career or things with family, or however we want to live our lives and whatever we want to see happen in our lives. Manifestation and meditation go hand in hand, because that is how we tell the universe or God, or however you, goddess, however you put, the spiritual consciousness into words. So it's important to have a clear signal and a clear thought on meditation. And often meditation feels very restrictive or seems really like a monumental task, right? How am I going to sit down and not think for 15 minutes or whatever, or hours? Like, our perception of meditation is so many different things. When meditation all can be happening at any minute of every day, that you're remembering that you're present in your body, that you're not thinking about the past or anticipating something happening in the future, that you're actually present with yourself. That is like a form of meditation right there. And being able to be present with yourself is the greatest gift that you can give yourself, because you only are actually experiencing this moment in this moment. And we like to have these movies playing in our head of things that have happened in the past, or how things may happen in the future, when we actually have no idea how things will play out, because the universe likes to throw lots of things in to change how things can go. It's like the butterfly effect. Like, something that you do now affects the future in some way, but we have no idea what comes along and kind of changes that trajectory. So it's important for us to be in meditation, so that we can bring ourselves back to center. And when we're experiencing anxiety and we're experiencing feelings of resistance or uncomfortability, we can come into a meditative state in that moment by recognizing, coming from the like micro and pulling ourselves out and coming into the macro, and really seeing and observing ourselves from the outside, and say, like, how am I feeling right now? Checking in with yourself, like, what is my body feeling because of the situation, or however I'm responding to something that's happening? Like, am I reacting, or am I responding with ability? Am I reacting in emotional sense, or am I taking a bigger perspective on things and drawing myself out of my head? Like, we are so in our mind all the time. We are trying to find this way of actually being in our heart and being in our love and feeling better when we are in our heart, because meditation is also bringing us to that. We are definitely at this point in our human existence where we're kind of seeing all the bullshit that we put ourselves through and all the patterns that we see ourselves in, and we're saying, I want something different than that. That isn't working anymore, and that is actually dragging me down, and I want to do something different. So meditation helps us to draw ourselves out, to see that bigger perspective so that we can change those patterns, change those thought patterns or behavioral patterns that do not serve us. And meditation is a great way to just become the observer of yourself and to become the observer of those around you without taking emotional investment in those things. And my favorite places to meditate are out in nature. We spend so much time inside, which isn't benefiting us, in the sense that the stillness that comes in nature, like in this beautiful area of Brushy Peak, quiet, serene, and so much easier to connect to your divine source, your spark within, in these quiet areas, because we're so visual and we live in places that have so much stimulation, like kids, TV, technology, all the things that we distract ourselves with. And I really want to emphasize, like, whether your nature is a potted plant because you live in a big city, or you can step out your door into nature, you need to find those times to connect to nature and to yourself. Like, I really believe I'm a tree. Like, I'm a redwood tree, and I have a strong connection to when I go to redwood trees, sitting with them and communing with them like sisters. And so we all have that ability to connect to the parts of ourselves that are the nature. Like, nature reminds us that it is sacred and that we also contain that sacredness within ourselves. It's really beautiful that we have that. We have that ability. We have that spark within us. That divine spark is also that sacredness, like nature has. And this land particularly is indigenous. Natives spent time here communing with each other. And so the ancestors, those that came before us to pave the path that we are here for them to do so much work for them and for ourselves. The ancestors here really make themselves apparent. I was drawn to this area, this rock right here, the last time I came. And this area is known for being an area where they would come in and commune, and they would have mortars and pestles and make food here. And this is a buckeye tree behind me, so I'm sure there's that was part of the nutrition that they used. And so I meditated on this rock and really connected to the ancestors, and they were blessing me in the fact that you're here, we're so happy you're here, thank you for spending time here, and and just connecting with those parts of them and myself, because we are so connected. Our energy is so connected to each other. Like, the feelings of separation that you feel, the feelings of lack and worthlessness, is because you feel separated from everybody else and yourself. You're not able to connect to that part of yourself. And so meditation helps you to connect to those parts of yourself and to really gain the insight that we're here to support each other, and we're here to learn what that even means, like how to do that. And the Common Witch Coven is a great way to get that support too, and to feel connected to like-minded individuals, and to be connected to people who aren't exactly like you, because there's merit in everyone's uniqueness and everyone's sensibility. It helps to bring us different views on ourselves and on the world. And when we're open and we feel grounded and centered in ourselves, then we can listen to other people's opinions without feeling emotional reaction. We can be like, oh, that's a really great way of seeing things, or that's way different than things that I've ever heard of, or, being able to connect with someone that is completely different than you is a great gift. And being able to connect to the love that you have and the love that they have, because we all exist in love. Whether or not we feel it is possibly a heart chakra imbalance that I can talk about at another time. Yeah, connecting to nature, connecting to the sacredness of stillness, quietness, finding when you have resistance to those things, acknowledging it, and giving yourself credit. Like, hey, at least I sat down for a minute or 30 seconds and I spent some moments in quiet stillness, or I took those 3 deep breaths. I really was able to center myself and not come from a place of reaction, when I normally do. Like, congratulate yourself on those small achievements, because they are also taking you on your path and helping you to grow and helping you to acknowledge those parts of yourself that are so much bigger and brighter than we give ourselves credit for. Like, we are all so capable of being bright lights and shining our love and support to the ones around us that need it. And it's really important for all of us to come in to recognize that. So find your moments of meditation, take some few deep breaths, and allow yourself to be open to whatever comes through without a reaction or labeling it as good or bad, because that is what we do a lot as humans, is label, I like this, I don't like this. And just be a little less judgmental and be a little bit more open to what comes through, because it wants to help you. And we all, I know I can, need all the help I can get sometimes. So thank you guys for listening, and I hope you enjoyed the video and you got some tidbits out of it. And happy holidays, happy December, and I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys.